Hello everyone and welcome to a new video on my YouTube channel, mathijsmerksracing. In this video I'm at Karting Genk, one of the most iconic circuits in Europe. And I'm here for the Dutch Racing Series Sprint Challenge. I will participate in at least one round and maybe more, but it will all depend on the budget I have for this year. So, the Dutch Racing Series, or called DRS. It's a new organization that brings rental karting to a new level with different formats, different classes and a professional appearance, with me competing in the Pro Heavy for the second round of the calendar. It is the biggest race because it was fully sold out with 50 drivers on the grid and a lot of different racing teams from all over the BeNeLux. So the competition would be fierce. For me this was a backup in case I couldn't compete in other competitions, so it was a cherry on the cake for this year. So the weight scale, as you see on screen now, is 75 kilos with gear 1. I'm not that heavy, so I need to get these weight blocks, as you see on screen right now, to compensate for the weight that's restricted in the Pro Heavy class, and that's 85 kilos with gear 1. So this is the paddock where every driver is waiting for the gate to open and the qualification to start.
25?
Ja,
Dat is die.
oh ja. Ja.
Ik dacht dat jij pas even in de hand hebt.
De drie dubbel in of niet? En deze? Hoe?
Ja. Dan kun je stoel ook nog naar achter trekken als je dat fijn vindt.
Wat zei je?
Dan kun je stoel ook nog naar achter trekken als je dat fijn vindt. En omdat je een koude motor hebt, mag je als eerste trekken.
So, the start of the qualification, everything was pretty new for me, as I've never driven the Sodi RT10 rental kart. Also, I've only been on Genk once before, so everything was pretty new. So I had a lot of figuring out to do, and the circuit was damp, so that really didn't make it any easier. It was really figuring out if the racing line was the fastest or the white or red line. Also, I was working on my braking technique that day. That was my goal. Because from the data of the first round of the Dutch Pro Kart Championship, it was pretty clear that my braking was not on point and that I steered in too early and my corner entry speed was too high. This resulted in a slow corner exit speed and a time loss on track. So I needed to brake more heavy in a straight line and steer into the corner later to prioritize my exit speed. As I said, that was my goal for that day. I was really working on it and made a lot of mistakes. But I kept in mind that the process is more important than the short-term goal. Because I want to be quicker on track. So P20 out of the 50 drivers, definitely not happy with it, as you saw on screen. A top 10 was definitely possible. Here I'm waiting for my digital number to show up and to drive to the grid. As I said, difficult qualification with some damp patches, dry lines, wet lines. So difficult enough. Also with the use of the new braking technique, with the process that I kept in mind. It was not a bad first qualification. Here I'm lining up, P20, and I'm waiting for the race to start. So, start of the race, I'm on the outside, as you see. It's not preferable for the first corner, but it is what it is. I only lose one place here. I try to tuck in to don't lose more places. So here I'm setting myself up for the next hairpin to come because the inside line is preferable. There is a gap, I'm going for it, and I get absolutely struck by the driver on the right. Within this video you will see it's not his first time. I see a lot of other videos too from YouTube within other races, so yeah. I don't think he knows where the brake is, or he just used other drivers as a brake, especially where there are no penalties given for this. Some drivers will use it. I don't think it's very sportsmanlike, but yeah, whatever. Here I try to close the gap to the front runners group, because it's very important when you want to result that you have slipstream within this rental cards, because it make up at least 3 to 4 to 5 tenths a lap. So here they're going 2 to 3 wide, so I knew when I get the corner right, as I did on screen, that I would tuck into the group as I do here, and I make a big mistake going to the outside within lap 2 because my braking was not on point, as you see on screen, and I lose a place to a driver from Full Send Racingteam. As you see on screen, it's his POV. We exchanged contact details, get in contact, had a good conversation, exchanged footage so that we could make a cooler video, because we had some battles on track, some cool battles, hard battles, but all fair. As you see on screen, that driver did exactly the same thing in turn 1 as he will do within the hairpin that's coming up. So yeah, as I said, I don't think he knows where the brake is. Going through this corner, I'm on the right side. I will go within the gap that's formed. As you see on screen, I make the corner and then get absolutely struck by. Here I'm on the outside, and I said to myself, I was so pissed that I said, okay, I'm going to full send it, even if it ends up going into the wall. So I send it, I make the corner. A little banging, rubbing is racing, I think that's the limit, and I'm getting up 2 places. I sign, okay, work together to close the gap to the front runners group, as you see on screen right now. I say, okay, work together, come on, otherwise you lose so many time. So here I go for the outside line, but the racing line is way faster. As you see, the driver of Full Send Racingteam is really pulling off. So from that moment on I knew that the racing line was faster. Here I tuck into the group, a little bump, nothing too crazy. Here I get a little bump too, so it's all okay when you don't push someone off track. Yeah, here I go for the outside line, but with the braking I got a lot of understeer and lose a position. Yeah, it was not the smartest of moves. The whole race I did a lot of stupid moves that I shouldn't have done, especially with the braking technique I was practicing. It was not the right moment to do that. I want to position back and I instantly go for the inside here. It was one of the better corners on the circuit for me, and I get into the slipstream. I got a good turn 1, good exit, this is what I want. Braking in a straight line, let the car rotate, and I'm on the bumper of the driver in front. It's beautifull Racingteam. He's featured earlier on the channel, so it's pretty funny. And I instantly go to the inside, because I know now the racing line is the fastest, and that's job done. But he is pulling up on the left side, because the white line is faster with the exit. And here I go down the inside, leave a little room because I don't know if he was going to send it around the outside, but I get the job done anyway. And here I try to get it smoother this time, the corners. You see I brake a lot harder there, and get into the slipstream of the 2 drivers in front. At this moment there are multiple groups on the circuit, so it's anyone's race on this moment, and I want to do the same trick as I did the lap before, within the same corner and down the inside, and that's job done. So when it works once, it works twice, right? Yeah, good job. Making up a place. You see down the inside, clean move, and move on to the next driver. So I catched up to the drivers in front because they were battling on track very hard. Got a good exit onto the last corner on the circuit, took it to the slipstream, and that's a position for me. And I'm close enough to make a move again into turn 1, the same as last time, because then I get switched back. So I thought, where is he? And he's right there. He did go off track and rejoined in front. So I'm right on his bumper now, and I really want to make the move again because I really want to make up some places. Going down the inside, but because of the limited rotation, because the other drivers on the outside, I get exposed with on the straight. So here I'm trying to send it to make up that time, and I got onto 2 wheels and almost crashed into the tire barrier. There, on 2 wheels, almost crashing into the tire barrier. Had to work very hard to keep my car out of it, and yeah, I kept in front, so that's positive. And now it's again a catch-up game. So down to the end of the race, made some mistakes again, but kept the position, so pretty happy with that and with everything that was going on, with everything that I was practicing within the braking technique, and that a lot of things were new for me within this competition and circuit. So that's P16 at the end, but the top 10 was definitely possible, the same as in the qualification, but it is what it is. So the outlap, thumbs up to BeNeLux Racing Team, little fist bump there, because I had some really good battles on track and a lot of fun off track, and that's important as well. So within this, we've reached the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, leave a comment down below, and follow me on Instagram as well. Link will be in the description, and I hope to see everyone, and especially you, next time.